Can you help me manifest a house? I've got a deadline. I get it. We've all had deadlines. One of my biggest deadlines was I was here on a visitor visa for almost a year. And I had to be here for over a year in a committed relationship to even apply to stay here. And my time ran out. I had a deadline, I couldn't meet it. And on the plane I go back to America, tail between my legs. I'd spent all my money. Yeah, I made some money, made some good money. But I spent it all with what happens when you move around the world and you've got to leave the country that you've chosen to dwell in every 90 days and you've got to retain experts and you've got to close this down and start this up, buy this thing, zoom, 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 you know what I mean? And I was broke. I was making money, but I was spending it, right? And I didn't make my deadline. And my buddy in Florida said, you can come live in my garage. After a while, my other buddy said, you can come live in my attic. After a one sip simple movement, I was able to get a visa, pay for a decent airline ticket that I got for half price, and fly around the world and marry her. I know deadlines really, really well. And the psychology of a deadline has you feeling like you're racing against time. This manifesting is not like a race to be won. It's a dance to be discovered. It's a dance to be danced. Neville Goddard says, all that you do and all that befalls you, all that everyone does, comes from your state. In other words, these are your dance partners. And what I notice is when people are stuck on deadlines, it's like a race against time. It's a combat against other people. It's a war. It's not an act of worship. Neville Goddard says your desires are divine in origin. God and only God gives you the hungers. And your desires, every one of them has their own plan and their own power. So you don't got to push. You don't got to persist. Not the way most people are teaching it. You get to play. You get to dance with your dance partners. Well, first of all, if you're feeling forceful, you're pushing. And when you push, you actually push away your success. You push away your sanity. Am I making sense here? Do you get it? I'm not telling you to do what everyone else is. Make the mind movie mistake. Do some chanting. Meditate to calm your mind. Stop eating meat. I like that one, right? Stop eating meat. You'll have less blah, blah, blah. I just think all that's nutter, don't you? Do you really think it's got to be this hard? Read Genesis. In the beginning, God said, let there be. It wasn't the words, by the way. It was a feeling and experience. Let there be this. Let there be that. Let there be fishes, ducks, and a platypus. All right, let's just make people try to figure out that one. Let there be fun. Let there be frolicking in the meadow. So you got a deadline, you're trying to manifest a house, odds are you're making the mind movie mistake. I always ask, how long is your imaginal act? If it's longer than one sip simple, if it's more complicated than one sip simple, you're making the mind movie mistake. And that'll help you feel, when you make the mind movie mistake, it will help you feel under pressure because you've got minutes happening. And it doesn't seem like anything else is. On the other hand, one sip simple, that reveals a magical moment that is timeless. It's like being on the dance floor with someone that you love and looking into their eyes, and everything fades away, and you just have this shared spark of experience. If you're tired of pushing, if you're trying to figure out what makes sense when everybody keeps giving you weird-ass conflicting advice, join us. ManifestingMasteryDeluxe.com. This is a crass commercial, and some people turn off here, right? That's fine. You're going to turn off or you're going to turn on. The way you hear my voice The way you experience this offer comes from a state. So I'll make you an offer. Are you willing to play a little bit every day? 10, 15 minutes, exploring something? We made this up, right? So when I was coming here for that first year, I had to leave every 90 days on a visitor visa. And I had this crazy idea. What if we made a course that was the length of a visitor visa, 90 days, and you stayed in the little cottage where I'm sitting right now. And if you stayed in that little cottage and you and I shared 1 cup of coffee a day, that's it. Wouldn't that be cool? So I had this, wouldn't it be cool moment, to make up a course. And the only thing you got to do every day is stuff that's really simple, like you learn a lesson and you go play. It takes about the same amount of time as it does drinking a cup of coffee. And in 90 days, you leave as a totally different human. I thought that'd be fun. We did that 13, going on 14 years ago now. And here's what happened. We updated it this past year. We added in brand new videos, a Facebook group, live calls. That's ManifestingMasteryDeluxe.com. And you can join us there, or you can keep trying to figure this out on your own. But before you say no, because a lot of people say no, more people say no to possibility than say more please to what's pleasing. They really do, because possibility scares people. Because you can no longer be who you've been. You got to give up your excuses to experience your excellence. But I want you to listen to this episode, maybe listen to a few more, and realize this guy's not sharing what everybody else is saying. He's actually caring. And I care. Because this moved me around the world so I could be with her, eliminated my PTSD. People think I got a hip replacement. I didn't get a hip replacement. I got something far finer. Just look at me. Look at me from a couple years ago to now. Totally different human. Because I keep exploring what's possible with this. And I'm discovering even the impossible is possible if you play. My name is Mr. 2020. This is the Power of Imagination podcast, where we explore one thing and one thing only. And it's not vision boards. It's not affirmations. It's not scripting. It's not sending yourself silly-ass letters. It's what Neville taught. It's the truth that sets you free. Quit putting cat shit in your coffee cup. One sip simple. See ya.